the WWE Heavyweight Title match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Oh Lord, here we go, guys. Okay, who wants to start this one out?
All right, after shedding on it so much on the last episode, this was pretty much a great match. Very violent. I mean,
yeah, definitely. I didn't think blood was allowed anymore.
The smiling.
Well,
yeah,
that and
he took that shit.
I mean, you don't know if it was stage or was Brock really pissed. Because
we just recognized, which is now going to be a new great catchphrase.
Yeah.
Suplex City bitch.
Yeah, like
song?
When he said Suplex City bitch, it was like all of a sudden the next 50 tweets on the WWE Universe were hashtag Suplex City bitch.
Did anyone hear the full song?
Well, I heard the one that somebody made beforehand, and then I saw the one with Heyman made on Heyman Hustle.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that was kind of weak.
Yeah,
I like the one. I like the other one because it was.
It's amazing how in the digital age, such little things can take on a life of their own.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But like you guys were saying about the match, my 2 cents on it was it lived up to the hype a lot more than I thought it would, and I was very convinced for a few minutes Roman Reigns was going to beat him. I would have bought it had that happened.
At the end, they did bloody him. Like on the last show, I remember I was discussing what Roman Reigns would have to do to get over. And I was saying, he would literally have to bleed like the Passion of the Christ. And he took a whopping, which I'm glad that he took that. And I read somewhere where I don't know if this was rumor or whatnot, but apparently there was a lot of the locker room who felt Roman Reigns was robbed. I don't feel that way.
Well, actually, it was his family. They were mad at the ending and wanted him to lead her. He was just stupid.
Well, the thing about the way the match ended, first of all, I credit it for being unpredictable because I totally did not see that coming.
We knew they had to do something. It was either at the show or at Raw.
I totally. It was one of those things where that shows you that's a testament to how good the match was because it got you so sucked into the match that you forgot all the other likelihoods that could happen. And when the match was over, I thought to myself, that was kind of a crappy ending, but at the same time, I don't think Roman Reigns lost any credibility. I think he came away from the match with more belief.
I think they protected him, but at the same time, it's like one of those instances where this was a match where even WWE, even the most stubborn of the staff at WWE who hate to listen to the fans, had to hear us on this one because it was the fact that Roman Reigns, obviously they were the ones who made these rules. They said that they're looking for a good world champion. They're the ones who make the standards by which we judge. They say that the good world champion's got to be able to talk, or otherwise they don't talk. They're the ones who tell us that we're supposed to look for people who can talk to us. They're supposed to look. The guys got to have the look. Roman Reigns had the look. Roman Reigns, but see, Roman Reigns lacked is he didn't have a lot of range in the ring. His in-ring range is very limited, and his promos are terrible, but he's great. He can still get in there and work and pull off a great match, which is why I think they did a good job protecting him. But that's why a lot of a good 85% of everyone was saying that Roman Reigns cannot beat Brock Lesnar, and the reason here's another thing: that last match at Fastlane. There's no justifiable way any of us were going to believe any other outcome than what we saw WrestleMania night. Yeah. Brock Lesnar survived going through it. He still got up and started whooping ass. Nothing could stop Brock Lesnar. He's unstoppable. He's like Goldberg level now. He's like Broly.
That's the thing that kind of bothers me about Brock Lesnar being champion. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about the guy. He's a tremendous athlete, and he deserves everything he has. But it's just like, I mean, even though we know it's scripted, you still want to be somewhat convincing, and I just don't think you can convincingly beat Brock Lesnar. No, the only way to get the title off of him would be like we saw at was it Fastlane or Royal Rumble when they had the triple threat match?
It was like
triple threat.
Yeah, Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but that was one of the best triple threat matches I ever saw in my life. And that, to me, is the only legitimate way you could get the title away from him. Because
at that point,
as good as Roman Reigns came out doing in that match at WrestleMania, I still don't
But
think
see-
many people would
But
have
see,
bought that.
here's why people want Daniel Bryan to do it so bad. Because here's the thing about Daniel Bryan's character. Despite it being nearly impossible to beat Brock Lesnar, people would be willing to buy Daniel Bryan beating Brock Lesnar because of the determination. They would want. Of course, Daniel Bryan would have to take as much a beating as Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But the difference maker in a singles match for him is that Daniel Bryan is a lot more technical. He's Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. He knows ways he can hurt Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah.
He's more credible to defeat Brock
It'd be
Lesnar.
like in the movie The Protector when Tony Jaa beat up those muscle
Thank you.
guys.
That's exactly what it would be like. Daniel Bryan can beat Brock Lesnar one-on-one. The one that they built up, the Daniel Bryan they built up to that title win, that man could beat Brock Lesnar. It would be a hell of a struggle. And if you put it in like a matchup of like 10 matches, a 10-match series, I'd say he may win maybe 4 times out of that 10. But he can beat Brock Lesnar one-on-one.
Yeah.
At a WrestleMania main event, I think his willpower could overcome it. The character's willpower, the technical knowledge, the years of more experience that he has over Brock, he could beat Brock Lesnar. Power or no power. He could find a way. He could protect himself in those instances, in those dire instances. He knows counters to German suplex. He could get out of it. It would have been a better match. It would have been a better main event. That's why the fans wanted it so bad. Plain and simple.
The Seth Rollins winning it though, it was kind of a low blow at first after the match itself had been so good up to that point. But I understood it. They threw the curveball in there, and I respected it because, like I said, it made it unpredictable.
Seth is over,
and that's what I want more than anything when I watch wrestling.
Seth is over. He's over right now. That they needed him to get the belt because that's perfect fuel to give Randy something to do as well.
Right.
They needed Seth to get the belt, and Brock's not going to lose any momentum. Brock's going to be Brock.
He showed that.
Yeah, exactly. Brock's going to be Brock. All Brock's got to do is show up and do damage. That's all he's got to do. He's got the best job in the world. All he does is show up and beat people up. That's all he does, and he can get the title.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
I guarantee he's gonna get it back easily.
Roman Reigns just needs a year, man. He just needs to wait. They know this. They knew this. They knew this going in. I don't know who back there, whether it was Kevin or somebody, was pushing for Roman Reigns, or maybe it was just Vince, who was pushing for Roman Reigns to get this title. But whoever it was got shut down because not only was the entire fan base telling them not to do this, I'm sure a lot of people in the back were saying, no. Are you kidding me? Have you seen his promos? He's not ready. Have you seen his movesets aren't there? He can get in there and go with anybody, but his movesets aren't there to take it to that next level. He's not ready yet.
Somebody on Twitter said something, I think it was a couple weeks before WrestleMania, and it was a legitimate thought, I guess I had, but the tweet said, not knocking the guy as a wrestler, but in all honesty, does anyone give a shit about Roman Reigns at all?
Yeah,
and as I read that tweet, I was like,
not knocking, but who gives a shit?
yeah, but they were seriously like just wondering.
A bunch of women.
Yeah.
Maybe, those, if they like the Samoan
like
stuff.
It's the look. Part of the business is about the look. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. I'll give you a prime example. Since we're talking about this, we talked about Hall of Fame. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. Kevin Nash was not a great worker. He's never been a great worker. Kevin Nash, though, not only did he have the look, and not only did he have Roman Reigns' power and the physique and whatnot, Kevin Nash could talk. Nash could talk. Roman Reigns can't talk. Roman Reigns has the look. He has the power. He has a good moveset. But it's not as wide variety. But honestly, if you really watched Kevin Nash's career, Kevin Nash had a wider move variety when he was cut loose before he got lazy. He had a way wider move variety than Roman Reigns. Well, Kevin Nash could work.
Well, it's like you were saying about his mic skills. When Roman Reigns said that line about how they asked him, "Can you beat Brock Lesnar?" He says, "I can and I will." And then the next day, there's T-shirts all over WWE shop with that very phrase on the back of it. And I thought to myself, really, that's what you're giving this man? That is his catchphrase.
It just
doesn't work. My God, man, give me a break.
It's not. It just wasn't a good sale. It wasn't. They didn't sell it.
But when Kevin Nash came out and called himself Big Sexy Kevin Nash, everybody bought that shirt because it was legit. That's what he wanted, you know.
He was a badass.
But they're not giving Roman Reigns, I think, enough creativity to stand out.
Would you not agree that his character is somewhat stoic? Like his character is a little dry at most. I mean, he doesn't have he's not showing a personality beyond that cold stare he has. There's nothing more there. Whereas Kevin Nash had a personality. Kevin Nash you knew who Kevin Nash was, you know.
But it was a pretty good match, and I'm okay with Seth Rollins winning the title.